Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you and giving you game number 5 in this best of 5 series. I believe it's best of 5. Hopefully I'm not miscounting the days. The days have been long, but we are now moving right along. Let's take a look. It is going to be a human and night elf from Infi and Th000 going up against an undead and orc from WFZ and 120. So far, 120 has been the weakest link, and Infi and Th000 have really been exploiting that, constantly putting pressure on 120 and having his base fall first. That's been a very, very common problem. And what are we going to be seeing here as we now move into this final game? So far, we don't see a barracks as of yet, which is a little bit of a surprise for me. What exactly is 120 looking to do? This is a rather strange build. We'll come back to him as he is spawned at the 12 o'clock location. Meanwhile, down over here, for some reason, I feel like I have cast this game already. I'm double checking, making sure, yes, game 5 is in fact on Tidewater Glades here. It felt like this was, no, I'm thinking Goldshire. Goldshire and Tidewater Glades have similar layouts, not exactly the same, as we are now going into a Keeper of the Grove from the Night Elf. Alright, also interesting is the fact that the Night Elf player has not set up an Ancient of War. Now, it will be interesting to see whether or not these players are actually dumping money to the other player. One of the big or better 2v2 combinations is Night Elf Undead, just because Night Elf can give Undead a little bit of gold early in the game since they're not going to be using it all that much, and then make up for it later. We are looking at an Ancient of War now being placed down over here, and this is a rather difficult creep camp to try and take out, especially with that level 6 Green Drake. That Green Drake, obviously an air unit, does not get attacked by any of the militia, so what you really have to do is have a lot of water elementals and that Archmage focus it down. Adding in a Keeper of the Grove, that just might be enough, as the Keeper of the Grove now spots a peon over here, and this is always interesting, going Keeper of the Grove first. Keeper of the Grove against an orc player is rather interesting because of the high food value in grunts. If you're able to shut out a grunt for a rather long time from a fight, that gives you a big advantage, and if you're able to actually take down the grunt, it is a 3 supply unit giving you plenty of experience. One of the big reasons why it works, as opposed to saying if you have, let's say if you have 3 or 2 grunts versus 3 footmen, if you entangle one of those grunts, you now have 1 grunt to deal with, as opposed to if you just entangled a footman, you still have 2 other footmen to deal with, which could cause a problem. Alright, Keeper of the Grove is now coming in right here. Is he going to get off some easy damage? What did he pick up? He picks up Dust of Appearance, while his opponent was just shopping right there. Archmage is there as well, and he is attempting to take down this Green Drake. This is a huge problem. As you can see, that Archmage is taking a fair bit of damage, and the Blade Master now going to come in. Alright, 120 looking to get in a lot of damage here, and there is level 3 now on that Archmage. Not exactly sure how exactly it got to level 3, maybe perhaps clearing out the creep camps there, as we are looking at a water elemental taking a bit of damage. Blade Master now, is it going to get taken down? Yes, it is, but by the Drake. The Drake is the one that takes it down, not giving any experience to that Blade Master. Meanwhile, the Archmage, already sitting at level 3, could put in a lot of pressure here in just a moment. Alright, Keeper of the Grove could get off an entangle. No, does not. These entangles do tend to add up over time, and are we going to see an entangle there? Yes, we are. The peon taking a little bit of damage now. Is the grunt's going to finish it off? It looks like the grunt may decide to finish it off. No, the Keeper of the Grove gets a little bit more experience, up to 75 experience after he has taken down 3 peons. Death Knight getting into a little bit of a foot race there against the Keeper of the Grove. However, the Keeper of the Grove is not too shabby in the speed department. However, we will have to try and run away from an unholy knighted Death Knight who has a 10% movement speed bonus. Alright, Death Knight now going after the Dark Troll Warlord. Should be able to clear out this creep camp, no problem, but a level 2 Water Elemental comes in, and this is looking to just deal a whole bunch of damage to these units, as now 120 is being forced to back off. Death Knight Death Knight now unsure of who to attack here. Perhaps taking down or getting a little bit of damage onto the Water Elemental would have been enough to actually give experience to the Blade Master, but no, the Blade Master still sitting just a little bit shy as the Grunts are now in the run as well. Archmage of Infi, or I believe so, not 100% sure. Archmage of the human player is just buying time for himself, retreating and just constantly running back, as we're now going to see the Huntresses try and run in here to take down some of these acolytes. One acolyte looks like it could get taken down here in just a moment. The Huntresses are running all the way back. In come some more units. All right, a little bit of a dance there. Beautiful play by WFZ, pulling away the acolyte and then bringing it back here, as we are looking at one Crypt Fiend now down. All right, what's getting attacked here? It looks as though, oh, no Shadow Meld on the Huntress. The Huntress was taken down as well, as there was Dust of Appearance on him. Meanwhile, we can see that the Huntresses are now making their way off to the north. Archmage sitting at level 3. You can see that the Blade Master is trying to fight his way out of here. Should be able to slice and dice his way out of this fight if it goes bad. And it looks like it is currently going bad, as the Blade Master gets that kill there and is now forced to retreat. All right, it looks as though a lot of Wisp are now being brought over. Not exactly sure why. Detonation could be a possibility, or even a tower attempt. We'll have to keep a track of that here in just a moment, as the Fire Lord is once again being brought into play. Fire Lord, a very, very aggressive tier 2 hero, as those lava spawns are going to perhaps get off enough tax. We didn't see that many lava spawns split in game number 4, so perhaps we're trying to see a little bit of redemption here, as that is exactly what he wants to do. He wants to split these lava spawns and come out ahead. Meanwhile, 120 trying to build a Spirit Lodge in the middle of nowhere. Is going to get caught here, as you can see a Grunt just completely rooted there, absorbing damage with really nowhere to go. All right, is that Keeper of the Grove going to perhaps get off another Grunt kill, as we now see the Shadow Hunter try and come in? So far, white and purple, both of them are engaging. The Huntress is now looking to back off. Shadow Hunter could try to get off a Hex. No Hex as of yet, as the Huntresses are still engaging here. All right, Grunt taking a lot of damage, but it looks like it will be... No, does not survive. There it finally goes, as the lava spawns, or one of the lava spawns, do split. Death Knight now sitting at level 3, as we now see some Serpent Wards coming in from 120. 120 using Serpent Wards for an extra bit of just burst damage, so to speak, as the Serpent Wards are rather effective against Huntresses. Meanwhile, the Water Elemental is looking to back away. It looks like the Water Elementals will be able to get back in time. And what is going to be happening? Lich now still trying to focus down all of these units. Are we going to perhaps see a Frost Nova onto that Death Knight? The Death Knight dangerously low on hit points, but shouldn't have a problem, as it's sitting at 250 hit points right now with a Scroll of Town Portal. All right, we are still continuing that chase there. Detonation now perhaps likely, as the Blade Master is still ended up getting stuck behind this Death Knight. The Blade Master now once again chimes on in, gets some damage onto the Huntress, as we are now looking at trying to clear out this Forest Troll Warlord creep camp, which was originally at this expansion location. Grunt now taken down there. This is not looking good for the Orc, especially now almost losing that Death Knight, being forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal in order to get the heck out of dodge. That is not going to be a good place to be, as the Archmage now tries and runs away. All right, low hit point Huntress. Is it going to back off in time? Meanwhile, Huntresses... Oh, sorry, excuse me. The Archmage now attempting to chase down this Grunt. That Huntress very low on hit points, and just needs to get one, perhaps two attacks to fall. Blade Master now quickly comes over, now going after some of these other units as well. You can see 120 now attempting to retreat. Meanwhile, Infi and Th000 is just putting pressure on the weaker player again, as the Death Knight falls at level 3. Level 3 Death Knight falls, that Entangle acting as a very good snare, stopping that Keeper of the Grove in the tracks and not allowing him to get away. Dark Ranger now taken out, so that is not that good of a play already. Dark Ranger by the purple team. I believe that was actually by the human team. No, is it by the human team or the orc team? Wait, I completely losing track of what's going on here. Anyways, Grunt now trying to come in. You can see towers now being built off to the north. healing wave coming down. However, 120 is going to be in a little bit of trouble. The Crypt Fiends are trying to fire back. The guard towers or the scout towers could get taken down here in just a moment. Meanwhile, the Serpent Wards are only upgraded at level 1 as the Grunts are now still falling. Thunder Lizard now being brought over as well. The Thunder Lizard now making its way off to the north, attempting to take down some of these Crypt Fiends. But this is looking extremely good as the Thunder Lizard does deal a lot of piercing damage. There is another clap there as more peons or more peasants are showing up to try and build more guard towers. Another guard tower quickly going to be canceled. No, not canceled. At 4 hit points, not canceled at all. As the Thunder Lizard simply walks in, thunderclaps, and now walks back out. All right, none of the original 3 guard towers are even being constructed any longer. All of them have been taken out as the Blade Master attempts to clear out this creep camp here. This could be rather dangerous for him. Is he going to be able to get away? Oh, there's a soul burn, but a little bit too late. The wind walk had already worked, so he will be able to get back. All right, more guard towers still being added. Perhaps another guard tower or 2 will be enough to continue pressing into this space here. And now 120 is pretty much on life support already. This is not looking good at all. Shaman now being brought over. Destroyers absorbing mana. As the Destroyer needs to figure out what exactly to do here. Water Elemental still in a very, very dominant position as the Thunder Lizard, sitting at 27/34, hasn't really done all that much except for using its Thunderclap rather repeatedly to slow down any sort of any serious chase. All right, let's go ahead. Blade Master attempting to take down the Water Elemental. There it goes. Blade Master now trying to fight off against all of these units here. And so far, the Blade Master is just on the losing end of this war. You can see this continual push, more guard towers being constructed, and as these guard towers are constructed one by one, so do the chances go down for 120 to really make a big difference here. All right, Destroyers now looking to just simply head back home. It looks like this base is NWS, not worth saving, as the initial investment is just going to cost way too much. Crypt Fiend, Death Knight, Huntresses. The Huntresses are now going after the Crypt Fiends. Not exactly sure why exactly, or was that Crypt Fiend an enemy Crypt Fiend? I don't believe so. So I'm just curious as to why those units would clear them out themselves. What is the supply count? 28/50. Had plenty of room to try and save that one unit there. All right, Crypt Fiends looking to get in position. Huntress is now looking to back off. Main base is going to be destroyed here, and 120's main base is going to be falling within the 13-minute mark. I believe we are sitting at 12 minutes and 40 seconds. And once this base falls, so will pretty much all the chances for WFZ and 120 to come back into this game. You can see that there's massive number of guard towers back at home here, and this is going to make this this base extremely difficult to attack, especially if he even decides to put down his own town hall or his own tree of life. With that, he'll be able to mine here pretty freely and already have a whole bunch of guard towers. And there is the GG. That is the game. Infi and Th000 taking this 2v2 series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.